Hello! Welcome to Triggered Care. I am Alex. This is the beginning of the fourth vlog. It is 10:20, 11:46 a.m. It is a Saturday. I actually know what day it is today because it is garbage day. And my boys are out taking away the garbage for us, taking it to the dump. Last time I went to the dump, I got triggered, so I've been avoiding the dump a little bit, which makes me feel bad because I don't necessarily want to avoid the dump. I just want to stay away from the triggers. I am uploading a video, but my internet is so slow. Any video is like more than 10 minutes long, it takes forever to upload from my computer. So I'm working on other videos. I just got another video kind of done as far as picture editing and all that stuff. I tried calling around to make a reservation for a pool party, and turns out that none of the hotels around here do pool parties anymore, apparently. So, I'm trying to not stress about that. What else? I don't know what else. Just trying to stay distracted, I guess. I had a really bad day yesterday. Really bad night, but it got better. Talking to my husband a bit helped a lot. He's really good support. I'm really happy that I have him. And that he is good at listening sometimes and talking through stuff. Because it was just a depressing day yesterday. And I don't go through depression that much anymore. Most of my symptoms are like anxiety symptoms or panic symptoms or hallucinations and stuff like that, but it's been a while since I was really like in a depressed state. And yesterday was just a really bad, sad day. But I'm climbing out of it. I don't feel nearly as bad this morning. And part of that is, my husband is super supportive and told me that he gave me the day off today to kind of just do whatever I wanted to do, because he's a big sweetie. And to other couples out there, it's hard work. It's really hard trying to find time for both people to relax, especially when you have a kid or have a couple kids even. It's hard to do. I'm trying to think of mental health stuff. My brain's kind of clogged. I was talking in the support chat this morning. Somebody went through something similar, or is going through, I should say, at the moment, something similar that I went through. I talked to them about it, and it kind of triggered up some old memories for me. But I'm happy to help, and I'm happy to talk. It's just been a while since I thought about that situation. It's been a while since I considered those feelings. And I'll probably make a video, not about that situation, but about those types of situations. Because it's really difficult. And what's difficult is knowing when you should turn in your abuser and how to do it. That's vaguely what we were sort of talking about. Is like, when is the appropriate time to turn them in? Who do you tell? How do you tell it? And how scary that is. And because it's so scary, like, it's really hard just being like, well, this is the right thing to do, because you don't know what it feels like to be stuck in that situation and have all these, crazy things. The crazy paranoia, the crazy fear, the crazy weight of your consequences that feel too heavy to bear. Like, unless you've been in a situation like that, which, if you have, well, chances are you have, because you're on a support channel listening to a vlog about a PTSD lady and what she does. So Chances are you do know that. And you know that that's a really hard decision, and it's really hard to be like, oh, there's only one right answer. Because a lot of times our emotions and our survival brain choose for us. We don't get much say in what we do in those scared times. And so I think it's more important to know to not judge yourself so harshly when you're in the middle of a traumatic decision like that. That is a very hard decision. Deciding to go to the authorities with stuff. That is extremely difficult. And I can't even say that it's extremely difficult from me. I haven't turned in any of my abusers. And, you know, and I've talked a bit before about how one of my abusers turned himself in, and I still lied to get him out because I couldn't. I'm still scared, and I don't know why. There's a inherent fear of authority and police and CPS still in my head. And when you grow up in chaos, that's going to be a normal thing to have to grapple with and have to figure out if you can report it, how to report it, all of that stuff. And then that's willingly throwing yourself into a chaotic pile where you're uncertain and you're scared. Like, it's so stressful. It's incredibly stressful. Those sorts of decisions. Holy buckets, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I forgot to eat, which is probably part of my problem. I've been losing weight unintentionally, which is the story of my life by this point. For the last 3 years, that's all I can say to people is, oh crap, I'm losing weight again. And I've been trying to remember to eat, but it's so flippin' hard. Ugh. So hopefully I can get my weight up again soon, because I really hate being underweight. I hate being dizzy. I hate standing up and falling down. I hate being scared going up the stairs. You know, like, when you're underweight, there's so, like, life gets so dramatically harder on top of everything else, because your body doesn't want to do anything. But then you'd think that the hunger hormone would kick in and be like, oh, look, you're dying, you don't have enough food, maybe you should eat, maybe I'm hungry now. But my stomach doesn't. My stomach has the opposite of, well, I'm still full. Drink another protein shake, hopefully it will help. But, so this is my Saturday rant. I don't know. I'll be back sometime. I'm going to check on the video and work on some other videos. So, see you soon. Yellow. It is 10/22/2018, 9:22 a.m. I am just working on videos. Exporting one. Little man is watching cartoons and eating his breakfast. Hopefully eating his breakfast. I gotta check on him soon. So there might be more background noise than normal because it's during the day. But I did want to check in because I haven't updated this thing in over a day, and I'm feeling bad about that. I've been pretty depressed and sad, and you keep hearing my husband text me probably. He's checking up on me because I was crying this morning. I was crying yesterday morning. I just keep crying. And it's been a really long time since I was just depressed. Just crying all the time. But working on the videos kind of help. And looking up pictures and setting everything up. I'm also gonna start doing research videos. Well, I've already started sort of doing my own research and interviews and stuff like that, but I'm gonna actually start pumping them out now. Well, not pumping them out, but you know, doing research videos on things that I think relate to PTSD and CPTSD and all that stuff. I've been adamantly avoiding triggers about sexual abuse. Because I'm exhausted. I can't handle. I feel like I can't handle shit, but yet I keep doing stuff. So, I mean, I can handle it. I just don't feel like I am handling it, if that makes sense. You can probably hear Ninjago in the background. Yeah, I'm just trying to not freak out, I guess. Tonight's the support group. I'm excited about that. Otherwise, there's a research project that I'm doing, and I just started yesterday, you know, looking up sources and stuff, and making sure that they're credible sources. It's a really depressing topic, but I feel like it needs to be talked about. So hopefully I can get that done. It probably won't be out for another week or so, just because I got about 4 other videos on the burners right now getting made and exported and all that stuff. I got a bunch of them recorded. It's just putting them into video format, which I got 2 so far that I still have to upload, and then like 3 more that I have to put together. I don't have to, but I'm choosing to, you know. And I think putting myself on a schedule for like videos has kind of helped me be more productive in my everyday life. Kind of makes things easier in a weird way. I don't know, just having a hobby, having something that you can almost schedule around. Although I'm not scheduling around it good now, since I'm doing it in the middle of the mama day, but I was just feeling like I should record a vlog at least. Especially since I'm not crying at the moment. Take advantage of that. I'm still coughing. Still feel like I'm dying sometimes. But I'm not. I'm just, you know, get a wee bit panicky when I'm sick for a while. All being chronically sick in the first place kind of sucks. But yeah, Halloween's coming up. I still have to sew up my son's costume. Like, I got him a costume, but it's not the right size, so I have to make alterations. And I keep avoiding it. That's a hobby that I need to work on a little bit. It's the sewing hobby. You know, for this vlog, if you want to put down your hobbies on the bottom, I love to read about them, because hobbies are good. Hobbies are very good. I highly suggest them for feeling better in general. What else? I don't know what else. My brain's a big old mush pile. So yeah, I will be back later, hopefully with more things on my brain, other than, yay, I'm not crying right now, I should talk. I mean, maybe I'll come back when I'm sad, but it's super hard recording when you're sad, because you don't want to talk to anybody. You don't want to expose your vulnerability to people. And I don't know if people want to hear my vulnerability, but maybe. So, anyway, hopefully you guys had a good week, since this will be out this weekend, and it's Monday right now. So hopefully this week goes well. And I will be back later. It is 10/23/2018, 6:42 a.m. Yeah, I'm not even gonna be good at talking. I'm just doing this to kind of get it done with. And also, I'm a bit triggered out. I think I mentioned that I was gonna try to do one while triggered out. I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea. But, here you go. I just had some stressful nightmares, I guess. And my husband just had to leave for work, and I was snapping at him and yelling at him, and
don't want to snap and yell at him, you know? Don't. Just he scared me by putting his hand in my peripherals. Which, when I'm triggered out, that can be scary. And then, you know, he's apologizing repeatedly, and I'm trying to tell him that it's not his fault. I'm just triggered right now. But, you know, you tell a neurotypical person you're triggered, and they think it's like a Dora the Explorer roadmap. Oh, what's making you triggered? I don't know, dude. I don't know what's making me triggered. I researched a lot yesterday for the research project that I mentioned, and that's getting into my head. But I feel like it should get into my head, and it should haunt me. Not necessarily because I'm the one responsible, but there's people in pain out there that we need to be paying attention to. Right. I mean, there's us, there's survivors, we need to pay attention to each other, and then there's people being imprisoned for their heritage, or their skin color, and that ain't right. And I think we all know that that ain't right. So, it's been hard to get out of that funk. But I should save all this for that video, probably. Because, yes, I'm not going into all the research stuff I did. But it really got to me. It got to my heart. I feel a little heartbroken. But that's okay, because guess what? I get heartbroken quite a bit. That is a normal for me, to just feel heartbroken all the time. So, you know, it's about damn time that I just keep working through it. And don't ignore it, and don't distract from it. Just keep on learning about it, because guess what? There's no way that I can avoid triggers anymore due to the climate and world that we live in. And I'm not talking about anybody else when I say this. I'm talking specifically about me. I gotta fucking toughen up a bit. Or I don't even know if I need to toughen up. I just gotta keep crying and working on it, you know? I don't have to look a certain way while I'm doing this work. I just gotta keep working and keep hoping. Jesus. And all of this is just for a hobby. But it's not really a hobby. It's more like I'm showing you guys videos of my life work, of my adult life work. For the last 5 years, what I've been drilling into my head, what I've been learning about, what I've been talking about. I mean, I've been on disability, but I've been rapidly and intensely trying to fix my brain. And, you know, it sort of worked. It's halfway fixed. I don't really have large chunks that I miss out on anymore. It's just little chunks here and there. And I may get seizures now, but I also have some memory back that I didn't think I'd ever get back. You know. Life in America is very confusing. It's very good. Standard of living around here is great. all sort of great. But overall, great. I mean, there's cheap places to rent around here. I mean, granted, it's Wisconsin. So, I don't know if I ever told you guys that I'm in Wisconsin. And see, now my brain's going into paranoia mode of, oh my god, people are gonna track you down. They're gonna track you down. Nobody's gonna track me down. But I feel like it. That's why I'm afraid of showing my face. I'm afraid people are gonna come track me down. My paranoia has been pretty bad the last 2 years. And sometimes I get stuck in delusions, and it's like I know that I'm being delusional. I can take a step back and be like, Alex, none of this shit makes sense. How would that make sense? How would people put that much energy into somebody like you who doesn't do shit, you know, just sitting around reading books and shit? They don't care. But then other times, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's hard shaking the feeling that somebody's after you. I feel like that's kind of an emotional flashback in a way. The hypervigilance, the paranoia. Yeah, it's a symptom of PTSD, because guess what? We used to live in situations like that where people were out to get us. It reminds me of, now, I'm not watching the new season, so please, nobody tell me what's going on with. I haven't even watched the second half of the last season. But that's because the writing and the characters have kind of gone downhill. But in The Walking Dead, you know, if you guys have seen that, I don't want to spoil too much, but suffice it to say that Rick is this guy who's like a leader of a group, and they're surviving out in the wild with zombies and shit. And obviously, through the couple years that they're out and about surviving amongst the undead, you know, they toughen up a bit, and they're survivors, right? And then they find this town that has these walls, and the people inside the town, you know, they've had to survive, but they've had these walls since the beginning. You know, they've had this protection, they've had the separation from the zombies and from the horror of life a little bit more than Rick and his people have. And so they come into this community, and the lady's like, hey, you know, you're good, you should stick around. We could really use people who know what it's like out there. And so they're like, okay. And like, one of the first days that Rick's there, he has a mental breakdown on the street and just starts screaming at people, you know, you don't know what's out there, you're all dumb, you know, you're all foolish, and you're gonna end up getting killed because you're so goddamn dumb, pretty much. Because his brain, you know, gets that little bit of rest, gets that little bit of security, and it makes him freak out. Because, you know, he wants to make sure nothing can ever get in. Now that he feels a little bit safe, he kind of wants to take over and be like, no, I know the best way to fucking do this, because believe me, I've lived through it. And that scene just always sat really, well, not well with me, but it just sat with me in a personal type of way. Because I kind of feel like that sometimes. Especially with I've been trying to avoid politic talk. Because I hate propaganda bullshit. I hate it. I hate most of the news outlets. And not that they're all fake news, but it's very much colored news to have you see things in a certain light, to kind of imply what you should do and what you should believe and what's the right way and what's the wrong way. And that sort of thinking is very not helpful. It's not helpful. It's not helpful news in the slightest. There's a lot of gaslighting, there's a lot of scapegoating, there's a lot of narcissistic family dynamic going on with our relationship with the news media and in our government. So I try to stay out of political talks in general. I don't really want to offend people. I don't stand behind a specific candidate, you know. I don't want this just to be a political channel. Because unfortunately, it kind of happened to Ollie's channel. He chose a political candidate to stand behind, but then started, you know, coloring his videos to that effect, and that can be disheartening, you know. But for me personally, the entire political system is disheartening at this point. Dark money in politics, disheartening. The way both Democratic and Republican news media outlets choose to do their reporting is also disheartening. And that's what I will say about my political views, is I am disheartened. I am disillusioned in a way from, you know, my progressive roots. I see the system that we're in kind of crumbling, you know? But what's crumbling isn't the actual power that they hold, because they still hold all the power. What's crumbling is their facade of we work for the people. Because it's just becoming overwhelmingly apparent that not many government people actually work for the people anymore. And that sucks. It's a bit triggering when you hear them talk in certain ways, you know? But nowadays everybody wants to talk politics because it's like a reality TV show now. It's so dramatic. It is so damn dramatic. And that's also why I'm doing this research project, is because I feel like the important news stories are kind of being swept under the rug. And not that I'm a reporter or a journalist even, I just honestly, like, I fact-checked all my sources and I just read a bunch of articles and saved what information I thought was important. And also I wanted to know more about it for my own personal hood too. Like, you know, there's some things that the government can't get away with, and one of those things is putting people into camps. That's one of the things that they can't get away with. Like, we can't give the German people shit for knowing about the camps and not doing anything. Oh god, I'm gonna get into a bad political spiel now, and I'm gonna lose all my support because I'm a little bit extremist when it comes to love and compassion and my views on minority status in America and how it needs to improve. Well, maybe I won't cause controversy. I don't know. Probably not. There's only like 20 of you guys, but I don't want to offend people, but I got some pretty... Well, my personal shit bothers me, right? And so then I try not to think about that, and I just think about this political shit. Because I used to love paying attention to, like, Jon Stewart and The Daily Show, right? And he would talk to you about all sorts of things. He'd talk about laws being passed and, like, all that stuff. I watched C-SPAN a little bit, you know? Like, I used to enjoy somewhat keeping up on what laws were going in and out. And, you know, for a long time it was just, oh, Congress is stagnant. It's stagnant. It's not getting anything done. It's not getting anything done. But I still like paying attention to it because it's fascinating. The entire government process is fascinating. And now it's turned from, you know, fascinating, still disheartening, but not like a stab in the heart disheartening sort of deal. Because, you know, you're under the impression that you're going through slow progress versus going backwards in progress. Going backwards in progress, that's a kick to the tender bits, is what that is. Alright, I have gone on long enough about my political views and how shitty the news is now. It helped me get untriggered, though, I guess, in a way. Less sad than my nightmares and shit, so. Alright, well, I will see y'all for the next one.